Should politics include fewer dudes? Well, according to Ted Turner, in order to get more women involved, men should not be allowed to hold office for the next 100 years. The CNN founder and my nude scuba partner has made the suggestion before, and he reiterated it, which I think means repeat, this weekend at the International Women's Earth and Climate Summit. What the hell is that? Here's his response when reminded that only 20% of lawmakers around the world are female. He said, I suggested that men be barred from political office. They could do everything else. Oh, that's nice. Be president of universities, business leaders, but they just couldn't serve in any elected position for 100 years. I think we'd have a lot more emphasis on education, blah, blah, blah. Oh, and a lot less on Army and the Navy and the Marine Corps. His words are like melted butter. I think we're going to discuss this in the
lightning round. Lightning round.
Jonna, women can't even vote. So how in the world are they going to hold office?
This was the dumbest thing I think that's ever come out of Ted Turner's mouth.
That's saying a lot.
Number one. But number two, I'm all for more women in politics, but only if we beat you guys at the polls, not ban you from being politicians. That doesn't make any sense.
That is a good point, Ambassador. Is this vintage Ted Turner? He always likes to say crazy stuff. Just off the cuff, and then he passes out somewhere in a corner.
Well, that's why they called him the mouth from the South, because he always had something outrageous to say. And, well, it's as good a reason as any.
I can think of a sexier one.
Why did you waste a trip to the South?
No kidding.
Bill's nickname is the mouth down south.
And it turns out the other thing in Atlanta that I thought was Coke, different.
All right. Sorry, Ambassador. We got
I had a train of thought, but it's completely gone now.
We were talking about Ted Turner.
Yeah. Look, when he was trying to get attention for CNN, which desperately needs it, this kind of thing was understandable, but he's now not connected with it anymore, so I don't know why he's saying these things.
Yeah. I don't know. Andy, as a former member of the armed forces, what about that less emphasis on the Army, Navy, and Marines?
Well, yeah, this is the old women and men are exactly the same, except when women are better.
Yeah.
Like, you can't say that a woman wouldn't do just as good a job as a man, but you could say she would do a better job. And then you've got like people who are like, they think women would do a better job of ruling the world because they're fundamentally different, apparently. They would have different emphases. But if you say, well, I don't think women should be allowed in combat roles because they're fundamentally different, well, then you're sexist.
Yeah. So you're saying it's hypocritical.
It is, except for one thing.
What?
He doesn't mean it.
Yeah.
Men who say things like this don't mean it. They say it so that feminists will like them.
Right.
Ted Turner would never have voted for Margaret Thatcher.
Yeah.
Ted Turner would vote for a liberal man over Sarah Palin in a heartbeat.
True.
He's full of crap. He doesn't mean this. He's just saying it because he wants to be liked.
Bill, you'll never have that problem because you will never be liked. You know what? I'm just going to stop there.
Can you start calling me the chest from the Midwest?
Yes.
That's what I want to be.
Yes.
I don't blame. Like, where is it said that if you're a success in one thing, then you all of a sudden should be allowed a public venue to voice your random thoughts on everything else? Every day, the Ted Turners or Donald Trumps of the world say something bat poop crazy, and we talk about it as if they should be even given the time of day to voice. Donald Trump could come up right now and say, I think the moon is made of cheese, and I've got $1 million that says I'm right. Well, I'm sure he does, but we don't have to give them the time of day just because they said it. Fire on Ted Turner, fire on Donald Trump, and fire on the world.
He's about to be named chairman of Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign, so I mean, I think this was his
I prefer
opening
chairperson.
Are you serious?
Why not?
Oh.
What else does he have to do?
You suckered me in on that one.
Wait a second. So if I say why not, I can say just about anything. I like that.
And Andy's right. He was pandering to his audience.
Yeah.
He was at Lilith Fair, essentially, is where he was.
Ooh,
That's what he was.
I miss Lilith Fair.
Next topic.